if you're expecting any intro, no, there's no intro today because I'm too lazy to make one. But today is gonna be a more serious or actual content. I know it's shocking, no memes, but real content. So I know all of you guys will be really confused what to make decks, you know, don't know what to do. You might make an unoptimized deck and you might think the deck sucks, but I'm here to save the day. So I will be showcasing some deck lists that I came off that might be good. They might be tier 1, they might be tier 4, I don't know. But this is what I have come off with and you guys can use it, you know, go ahead. The deck lists shown here are not set in stone. I want to like really clarify that these are not lists that I would think that this will stay forever. These are just day 1 lists that you can try it out and have fun with it, alright? If you find some cards not right or you want to fix the list, go ahead, be my guest. And what I did is basically put 3 copies of every good cards and like minus plus some spice, that's all. Deck building is not a hard chat. You literally just put in cards that sounds good. If they're bad, take it out. Same thing, when you play the game, if it's bad, take it out. If it's good, put it in. It's alright. It's not like you're choosing between your favorite child. So the first deck we'll be going through is the Forest Craft, and for Forest Craft, there's only like 2 decks that I see that are viable. One of them will be the obvious choice of the Aria Sekka deck. People call it Sekka, but honestly speaking, it's just Aria gaming. So as you can see, nothing has changed except the fact that Shamushana has rotated. So what do? You just slap in Amatas and that's it, right? No. So the problem with the new Aria and Sekka build is that because you lose Shamushana, the impact of Elemental Slash is now less viable. This means that you can't play Shamushana into Phantom Predator, Phantom Bloom Predator, whatever, right? Phantom Bloom Predator into Abelta, and then you can call it a day, you know, with all damage. You can't do that combo anymore. So what we opt instead is to play Rejuvenation Resurrection, which is another bounce. You can't go wrong with another bounce, chat. It's very simple. So this is what I come up with, and because we are not maxing the usage of Elemental Slash and we completely cut it off and we're playing 2 Abeltas instead. And up next we have a very I would say innovative. No, it's not really innovative, it's just me playing Aria again. Yes, Aria again, because Aria is a very broken card. Please just use Aria. However, there is a consideration that we made, that is Blossoming Luminaria and also Regeneration and Resurrection are free evolve and are very good card. Blossoming Luminaria is just a 2 play point free evolve, which is like, if you have played evolve deck, you should know that any free evolve card with cheap costs are really good. And to top it off, Luminaria is actually like buff stuff, alright, and heals back anything that is damaged. So for example, if you have a Sekka, you can buff the Sekka, and at the end of the turn you can heal with the Sekka. So at the end of the turn you have a 3-5 ward, which is a full HP, which is really good. This build, however, I tried to fit in Amatas, but couldn't find a slot really. Maybe you can take out cards like Sunbright Elf or even like War Toss Mammoth, but the reason why I included the Mammoth was because in combination with all the free evolve and also Sunbright, you can actually do a very sick combo with Mammoth. If Mammoth is reduced enough, you don't have to be 0, it could be like 2 play point, 3 play point. You basically can play out all your fairies, trade off your enemy, and then play off your remaining extra followers that you have, and then you play out the Mammoth, kill off everything, and I have a lot of damage from there. The difference is that the combo is actually more worth it with Amata, so maybe I should actually put it Amata here. Say for Forest, next to the Copium class. Swordcraft. So Swordcraft, despite having Kagemitsu as a Lord and Savior, I'll admit it's Copium. But this is what we can do. So basically this is the Evolve Rally Sword deck that was popping up before Mini, where we saw some success. What you want to do is that this build has some way to like generate a lot of rally. For example, Victorious Blade Accelerate, and also Frenzy Crowdbuster Accelerate. Chromony Endgame also is a really decent rally generator, and the whole deck basically has a really good evolve package. Like Bladed Rise Lieutenant is a free evolve if you go second. Assault Knight is also an automatic evolve. In combination with Dual Blade Knight, it will be very deadly because Dual Knight also auto evolve. So everything here is just nicely neat and packaged. And Kagemitsu, the one that will save Swordcraft, not really, honestly speaking, but that's besides the point. Okay, so assuming you're a Sword Hopium like me, Kagemitsu in theory deals a lot of damage and deals the bot easily. So what happens is that if you have 7 evolve, Kagemitsu will be able to deal with the bot, and if your opponent has 0 bot, you just play back Grimnir. Play out Grimnir and deal 10 damage. That's how you win, alright? That's the Hopium chat. I believe it! Up next, there's a more logical way to play Sword, which is kind of boring, but you know what? It works. The OTK Sword package. You might have seen this build going around, winning ladder games or basically ruining your life if you're trying to play memes. This deck is still very solid, honestly speaking, and the only changes that I have done is basically to include Chariots Bandit, Separation Wave. So Separation Wave is a 1 play point deal 3, which is really solid. It's random as well, so it can deal with untargetable, it can deal with ambush, and the most important point is that it's also much more heavy remove, because if you evolve, right, for 1 play point, you can deal 6 damage, I believe, or is it 3 damage? I don't know, just read the effect, alright? It's a good card. And then Arson Lupin is an ambush, so your opponent can't really trade into it unless they have like weird removers or whatnot. So you can use it to hold back and then like trade off your opponent's status to control. It also combos well with Shadow Memories. Shadow Memory is basically there just to cycle and heal, because this deck, you know, you're not really trying to like win tempo or whatnot, you're just trying to like survive to turn 8 and kill your opponent. This is the only build where I think Musketeer WoW is really good, because Musketeer WoW, in my opinion, the only point is that the 5 play point card, you can basically combine with these 2 following. I don't know the name, okay, I don't remember the names. These 2 Musketeers, and then you can remove 3 bodies. One of them has Rush, one of them has end of turn deal damage equals to its attack. So you evolve the Bane, you trade over, and then the Rush trade, end of the turn, you deal 1. So with that, right, it's just 5 play point, remove 3. Very solid as a remover, and that's it. If you haven't played this deck before, you can like go through like old archive of people playing OTK Sword. It's basically the same thing. If you're wondering why I'm not playing any hard tilted, dude, just draw your cards, okay? Be a good player. That's it with Sword. Let's move on to Rune. Rune, I think the most easiest build you can see is basically the Spellboost Rune. Here, I basically just copy pasta someone I found on the internet. Although, to be frank, I think everyone's playing this build. It's very simple. Play everything 3 off and 1 counter magic. It's not that hard, honestly speaking. You might be wondering, oh, but we want to play different spell for Isabel. Not really. Isabel's ultimate magic condition, I would argue, not that hard anymore, because you look at what you have really good ratios. Like, you have, I'm not going to count, right? You can look at yourself how many different spells you have in this freaking deck list. But all I'm telling you right now is that Mandarin Bolt is a really good anti-aggro-ish kind of card and anti-tempo card. Assuming your opponent is not Forestcraft, obviously, or anything that go wide, but basically anything that is fair, alright? If your opponent playing a fair deck, Mandarin Bolt is not bad, because if your opponent hits you in the face, haha, I draw 2 and remove the bot. And then we move on to Dirt Rune. Dirt Rune basically had a huge power spike in my opinion. With addition of like Acid Golem, and even with the Coventus Mate, I can't pronounce cards, you guys know it already. The Witch that can drain, alright? The card's really good because like it gives you a permanent effect at the end of the turn. You are able to increase your stack. So for example, if you have a high stack number and you are using your stack count like what, 2 stack or whatnot, and you left 2, you can increase back the stack to 3, and then it combos with Pursuer Golem. By no means Pursuer Golem is a good strong card, but it is what we have, right? We work with what we have. This is a sample of Dirt. In my opinion, Dirt can evolve even further. People can mix archetype or even like optimize it, and people may cut cards that are not necessary. In my opinion, like Great Magician is kind of slow. You only play it because it gives you Oracle Golem, Hurricane Golem, Pursuer Golem, Frost Golem. All these cards a bit too slow in my opinion. Yeah, they look strong, right? But I don't think they're that great, because the end of the goal for Dirt right now is that you want to consume 7 stack, and then afterwards you want to abuse a Superior Conductor, which is why I will show you guys an innovative list from only here. I think I hope no one takes this idea. Voila! Evolve Dirt Rune. Probably gonna get cancelled for this. I'm not gonna lie, this is a wacky idea I have in mind. So why I want to play Dirt with Evo Rune? One simple reason. Guild Assembly with Superior Contractor. I believe that with the new support of Dirt, you are able to consume 7 much more easier than before. Before this, it's not easy to consume 7 because like you lack heavy consumers. But with Acid Golem, it also goes face, so like it fits the team. It fits the team, alright. It fits the team. You're able to like get 7 stack, and you're able to play Superior Contractor for 1 play point 5 damage. However, this is the important part. Contractor summons the Lion, and they have 2 units. When you play as Guild Assembly for the full effect, which is the 7 evolve, it will buff both of them. So what this means? 1 mana, 4 damage. Stonks, chat. You don't understand. This is innovative. This is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna be real here. I don't know if this works. This is a wacky idea. If anyone wants to elaborate more on this idea, go ahead. This is what the best I can do with. Honestly speaking, if you look at this list, it's very jank. It's very stacked. There are a lot of cards I want to run that I can't run. I'll give you one great example. Jupiter. Jupiter is still a very strong card. I can't find a way to run it. There's no space, alright? Because most of the dirt cards, in order to consume 7, I believe you need to run these following cards: Clay Sorcerer, Broom Witch, Covetous Mage. All these cards are quite good, so you can't really cut them. I don't know. Deck builders, go ahead, go ham in this idea. Alright, up next we have Dragoncraft, the most, how to put it in very gentle term, no one asked for archetype. Okay, I'm not gonna be nice. I know they're trying so hard to make this work. I hope this time it actually works. So the Buff Dragon archetype has received a very powerful card in my opinion, which is the Mermaid of Punishment. Mermaid of Punishment is a very strong tempo combo card in my opinion, because you look at the targets, right? You can pull out a Celestial Dragoon, which in itself is really good. It continues to buff your board even further. Buff your board. I mean buff your deck. And also you can call out the Windsweep Dragoon, which is Storm. You know, Storm are good, you know. Storm are good. 2 mana, 3 Storm. 3 attack Storm. Why would you not want it? For the 4 play point, you can also pull more Storm. Woo! We love Storm, right, chat? Anyway, Brutal Dragonute and also Flame Pillar Dragonute. Both of them are like, what, 3 damage, I believe? Dragonute being 5 because it evolves, right? So, Dragonute is very solid right here. Tiamat Omega is also like a good RNG pull. If you can pull Tiamat Omega, it heals for 4, and so you can AoE clear AoE too. Like, Buff Dragon is not that bad. I think the only problem it has is most likely the hand size as usual. Like, none of these cards I put in really like high value in terms of like break even. The best will be Dragon's Awakening, but I don't want to go into the whole topic. But if you play Buff Dragon, you know what's the problem. Buff Dragon, the issue is still the same. You haven't solved your issue. The deck just has more powerful plays, that's it. You're just using less amount of cards in your hand to make more powerful plays. That's the only good thing about Buff Dragon now. Up next, this is, I think, also part of my own idea, although I see a lot of people when talking about it. So, the new card, Prosperous Treasure Dragon. There we go. Prosperous Treasure Dragon is a card that allows you to basically has 12 play points. How it works is that whenever you play a card, you recover back 2 play points. Initially, it's just to say that you have 12 play points. So, what is the combo here? You have Rowan, the amulet. You have Ganagosa, cover 2 play point. You have Dragon Rearing, give it 2 attack. You have the most amazing Piercing Roar, Kaboom OTK. How does this OTK work? Well, my fellow viewers, Ganagosa evolve, that is 12 damage. Ganagosa rush attacks. So because of the effect of Roman, it plus 1 damage, 13. Piercing Roars deals damage half equals to rounded up. Because you are dealing 12 damage, it basically divided by half by 6. However, because you have Rowan's Amulet, it plus 1, so 7 damage. Chat, count with me. 13 plus 7 equals... Yeah, so basically that's it. I just want to play like an OTK deck. So this entire deck has a lot of RAM and stuff. Maybe too much RAM, that's why we cut Ignis to 2. However, there is like a side project being Dragonite Mercenary. You only want to play Dragonite Mercenary once because it's a leader effect. It also helps you like kind of like make your OTK easier. Need to get 5 damage, so you don't need to like purely rely on like cards like Rowan or even like the Rearing or even Piercing. Okay, up next we have the easiest class I can talk about, Shadowcraft. This is Evo Shadow. However, I think the changes that can be made is basically we add on the more powerful cards, which is very obvious. One of the most obvious changes would be the addition of Hellish Banquet over our whatever gold card. You know what I'm talking about here. But yeah, the reason being is that this is the same thing. Both of them generate 2 last words, and the most important part is that it generates 3 shadow instead of like 2 shadow. This is like the biggest difference. But however, our draw does draw your card, but who needs draw? Just draw your... Why you need a draw? Just top deck your leader. Anyway, the other changes will be Spirit Invasion. So Spirit Invasion is a card that, in my opinion, is quite iffy. However, there is a very easy reason why we are trying out 3 copy. It's 1 play point, 1 evolve. Being an evolve deck and being the fact that you can potentially reduce Skeleton Raider even further, I think Spirit Invasion is just a great inclusion in this deck. And honestly speaking, the package is still the same. So yeah, the deck never changes. Just draw your rider and high roll. Up next, Last Word. Okay, the copium of this deck will never end. Last Word basically had new tools to play with. Mainly Thunder God of the Tempest and Chaotic Doom, and also Jinsetsu. Oh, and also Death Cat. They got a lot of tools. So as you can see here, the changes we made is basically to replace cards that have been rotated, or just to have more powerful cards in the current set. So for example, Death Cat Reaper is not bad at all. It's a 2 mana fanfare that can destroy your enemy stuff while destroying your own stuff to make more board space. and also when you combine it with Wicked Rebirth, you can heal 1 and deal 1. It's very solid. Hellish Banquet, as I explained, is 3 mana, 2 last words, and also it's just 3 shadows, very good generator. Jinsetsu, if you can reach the 9 necromancy, it's very solid. You basically have 4 last word for 5 play point, and here's the kicker: if your opponent cannot remove Jinsetsu, each of those things that dies will basically buff Jinsetsu, and you can go face with that. So your opponent needs to have like a targeted remover, or being able to snipe the Jinsetsu that's protected by 4 wards. Alright, up next we have Bloodcrop. Bloodcrop basically, you can just play Rough Blood, there's no changes. The only change is because Scrap is rotated out, you replace it with Hermit of the Lust. Honestly, Hermit of the Lust is quite weak in my opinion, but it's a good replacement. It does the same thing almost, so you shouldn't feel a difference in this deck, because this deck is basically just double Urias and kill your opponent with Xeno Diablo combo. It's nothing has changed. Just draw your Urias and basically you'll be fine. Just draw Urias. And up next, a deck that doesn't need to draw Urias, maybe, who knows, maybe this deck also needs to draw Urias. It will be the Evo Blood deck. Evo Blood deck received a massive buff with Yuzuki and also Kali. Kali is basically, if you remember Swordcraft Thief, free evolve card, which is very easy to fulfill. All you need to do is draw 2 cards. But you're wondering, how on earth do we reach average? I mean, you have Urias, you have Braid Vampire, which is an insane 1 mana average for 2 turns. Average on the turn you play it, and average on the next turn. So, this is just very solid, honestly speaking. Right, up next we have Havencraft, and this is the most autopilot build, Ward Haven. As you can see, you just play everything that is good, that is Ward, and call it a day. However, you do not play Sacred Leo and the bronze that accelerate and give you a 4/5 line and draw, because honestly speaking, you don't need. Most of the new cards are very self-efficient in the sense that they self-cycle, or they produce a lot of ward, which is very, very worth it. So you don't have to worry about playing cards to draw. Up next, I couldn't make this deck list because for a god of me, I think it sucks. But however, our friend here, Suyu from Team Ref, has basically have his own take on the Heal Haven control deck, and this is the list. I can't comment much about it besides the fact that the win con is basically God of Curses with Sacred Leo, and the way you control and stall is with Bellafrost AoE damage, and also healing is also a way to survive, I guess. So there is that. I will say that the reason why I don't really like Belleroth is because the amount of spam heals you have in the current format is kind of little. So I might eat my own words and this might become the new tier 1, but I really don't think Belleroth is that strong at the moment. It's a strong in fight, but not now. Okay, moving on. Next, you have the beautiful Artifact Portal. Artifact didn't really have any changes besides the fact that you have Inner Discovery and Ramiel and Supersonic Breakthrough. For those that aren't familiar why you have to play like Supersonic Breakthrough or 0 play point cards back then, is to combo with Genesis. And what happens is that if you have if your hand size is full, right, you basically want to reduce it to 8 and play out Genesis so that you can get your 2 cannon out. So that's the only combo I can tell you. Very simple, very easy. The deck didn't really have much to be said. It's a very strong deck if it works. Okay, last but not least, you have the Copium Mag Porter. Mag Porter didn't get any buff. If you consider Rami as a buff, sure. But as you can see, this deck list, I cooked out what I believe to be an okay list. So why is a nerf card still there? Okay, Absolute Tolerance is still good. Alright, let's not kid ourselves. The only reason why a lot of people call it dead because you can't really hero and kill your opponent with it anymore. Hence why you don't have to run 3 copy. It doesn't go Storm anymore, so you can just play for value. The side note, Rami also uses Tolerance like a lot. If you count how many different artifacts you can get, Spinaria for 6 body can get you 2, Spinaria for 1 accelerate and also get you 1 already. Rami itself can count you 1, so that's a duplicate, and then Genesis itself is 3. So I can't count it, but you should count yourself and you should be able to count that. You should be able in theory to get 6 different. Is it really easy to get? I don't know, play the deck. Why are you watching this video? So that's it for today. If you like any of these decks, feel free to go ham and try it out. Again, this is not a set in stone list. Like, I'm not telling you to like, oh, play exactly like this. This is just an idea for you to build your decks if you are lost, and what kind of archetype you can do it. And if you think you can make a better list than me, go ahead, share it, tag me, tell me, oh, Mr. Streamer, you're wrong. You know, this list is better, but I copied from you, so it's kind of your credit. Yeah, go ahead. I don't mind. Have fun with the game. If you like this video, subscribe. I'll make more of the kind of thing. I don't know. For me, this is like a so-called actual content besides just making memes. So see you guys tomorrow. Why am I saying why tomorrow? I'm making a video. This is not a stream. We're cutting it here.